So I met Aaron in the 3rd grade when I first moved to O'Shea Elementary School. He was one of my first friends there, and we grew up together. We went to all the same schools after that, and we had a lot of classes in common. And Aaron got really involved in sports and his band, learned how to play guitar and the drums, so he was really into music and the arts. But he loved to play football and do his rodeo thing. He especially loved to be with his church and all of his church friends. And he'd always invite anybody, like even people that he didn't really know, to go out to his shows, to go see him and his band, the Ancient of Days. And he just really didn't care about what people thought about him. If he wanted to talk to somebody, he would. He never felt intimidated. He always felt like he could talk to anybody. He just opened up to anybody if you really wanted him to. The night that he died, he was a common household name because since I'd known him for so long. So I was in my room and my mom came in and she asked me what happened to Aaron, and I told her, well, nothing, I don't think so. And then I checked Twitter, and of course everybody was saying, I hope John and Aaron are okay, and Mark, and rest in peace, Aaron, and I can't believe this has happened. So I didn't really know what had happened, so I started looking really deep into it, and it turns out that Aaron, John, and Mark, and all of their bandmates had gotten into a car accident on the loop, and they weren't sure of how anybody was doing. They knew that John had been taken to the hospital, but they didn't know about how Aaron and Mark were doing. And so by the end of the night, maybe 2 in the morning, I guess everybody already knew that Aaron had passed away. It was kind of sad seeing everybody talk about it on Twitter and Facebook and all the messages that they were saying and saying things that they had left unsaid over the years, talking about how nice they were and how they wished that they would have gone to see their shows and that they would have visited their church, that they would have been nicer to him, just little things like that. But at the same time, everybody also wanted to come together and make it something big and positive, and that's when they started talking about about drunk driving and how we should work together against it. And now that graduation is coming up, it's kind of sad to see how the school doesn't want us to all work together to let him graduate with us. And most of us had grown up with him since we were little kids. It's pretty sad seeing somebody who's such a big part of our lives and such a big part of our schooling and community not be there with us on the day that it's all over. We're pushing more towards, instead of it just being a remembrance of Aaron at the graduation, it's more of trying to make it aware that people shouldn't drink and drive on the night of graduation, especially because there's going to be so many parties and everyone's going to want to do their own thing, but administration isn't seeing it that way, and they just see it as a retaliation and a fight against them. That I had a lot of support from the community, the school, from all over El Paso, from really all over the nation, through the petitions that I started, the online one and the written petition request. It's not an attack against anybody. It's us coming together just to try to make it happen, because it's, with graduation being so close now, we can really understand that it's going to be one of the last times that we're all together, from when we were little to growing up now and to being here. It's going to be really hard not having him there in his chair. And growing up with him, we just want to make sure that we all end together the way we started.